we're ready for you.
Okay, so today I'm going to be talking about prison escapes. On January 2001, El Chapo Guzman, he escaped the Altiplano prison in Mexico. He is formerly a cartel leader in Mexico, and the first time he was captured in 1993 in Guatemala. He was sentenced 20 years for murder and drug trafficking. So this is El Chapo. That's him. That's one of the times he got caught. How common are prison escapes? According to my research, about 2,000 escapes happen per year, which is actually a lot if you think about it. This number is not so accurate. When they take the statistics, they actually go in depth with people that weren't there during the time that they were doing the count, which would be people, for example, that were off at like correctional facilities, or if they give them time to work, like working on getting better. Yeah, so it would be considering work releases and community correctional programs. So there are several prison escapes. One of the most common one, or one of the most outrageous one, was the Alcatraz, which is an inescapable prison supposedly. This was in 1962. As you see, the prison's actually on an island, and it's surrounded by inhospitable waters. There was a group of 3 guys that escaped the Alcatraz prison. They were said that they had sharpened spoons and they made a tunnel under the cell, and they escaped using 50 raincoats, and they made a raft and they escaped. They actually never found them. Recently, last year, one of the guys actually supposedly wrote a letter and submitted it to the authorities saying, "Oh, I did survive the well, they were thought that they hadn't survived since the water wasn't in good condition, and they found a letter saying that one of them had written that he actually had survived. The other 2 had died, but there was other reporters from families that said that the mother of one of these 2 are siblings. And they were saying that the mother actually received roses for a couple years, every year, periodically, and they believe it was from one of these inmates that had escaped. So there are several ways that prisoners escape. As I was researching, I got into this one part that there were some prisoners that escaped from a 17th-floor building using rope and floss. They actually escaped and they weren't caught back until 3 days later. There was others that they dig tunnels. There was another one that this was a bizarre story. They would keep the peanut butter from their sandwiches, and they would collect it over time, and over time they made it like into a clay. There was a rookie guard that had just came in, and there was this door that was actually an exit door, and they made it look like a door that goes into the cell. With the clay, they made the number like a 23, which would be the room number. And one of the inmates told the guard, "Oh, can you please open my cell door?" And he opened it, and it was actually the door to lead outside. And with that one, 12 prisoners got out. But they actually caught them within the same week. But that's crazy that they take advantage of the new guards, and they figure out, I guess, with all the time that they have in their cells, they have time to actually plan their escapes and to, I guess, figure out which guard they will take advantage of. So, according to the Bureau, prison escapes actually declined throughout the years. As you can see, in 1993, about 15,000, which is a lot. Throughout the years, they started declining, but if you think about it, 2,000 escapes per year is still a lot, because you could be at the grocery store and you won't even know if the person next to you is actually an escaped felon. I'm not done. Okay. But as I was mentioning in the beginning, El Chapo Guzman escaped in 2001. He escaped the Altiplano prison. He was out on a huge manhunt for actually 13 years. They caught him in 2014, which was considered a success for the United States and Mexico. They caught him in 2014, and he actually escaped again in 2015. This time it was through an underground tunnel that was a mile long, and it actually had ventilation and lights. So this, as you can see, he had many friends that were willing to help him out, and he became friends with the guards. I guess they helped him out with his escape, and so he escaped, and then that one didn't last so long because he was caught again in like a couple months later. But it's outrageous how how he always escapes, and the time they put, and you can see he obviously has really good friends that are willing to help him to escape.